bringing national and international recognition to this art. He also had the privilege of working with Pandit Bhajan Sopori ji for last 12 years, where the pairing of Pakhavaj and Santoor was introduced. A big applause for So versatile is one word that describes Santoor maestro and music composer Shri Abhay Sopori. Born in Srinagar, he inherited a profound sense of music from Sufiana Gharana of Kashmir, the exclusive traditional Santoor family with roots spanning over 9 generations. Abhay learned music under the traditional Guru Shishya Parampara from his grandfather, Pandit Shambhunath Sopori, a great master musician hailed as the father of music in Jammu and Kashmir, and his father, Padma Shri Pandit Bhajan Sopori, the legendary Santoor master and music composer. At age 3, Abhay recorded his first song, composed by his father for a musical feature on All India Radio. A graduate in management and computers with a master's in music from a master's in music, Abhay is continuing his education and passion by pursuing his PhD in music from Chandigarh University. He's the only contemporary Indian composer whose composition, Haftarang, 7 Colors, has been conducted by the legendary Maestro Zubin Mehta. Abhay is also the youngest classical musician to compose and conduct orchestras, choral music, Sufi and folk music ensembles. He's also the youngest recipient of multiple awards, all recognizing his outstanding contributions and achievements to the field of music. To list a few, the Mahatma Gandhi Seva Medal, Top Grade Artist by All India Radio, Pandit Ramji Upadhyay Mangal Dhwani Ratna Award, Sangeet Natak Academy's first Ustad Bismillah Khan Yuva Puraskar, not to mention many more Jammu and Kashmir state and national level awards. With more than 40 notable credited releases, he has composed music for documentaries, telefilms, short films, serials, and award-winning films including Mahatma, a documentary by the Government of India on Mahatma Gandhi, presented at the United Nations on the first International Non-Violence Day in 2007. His compositions have been trend-setting and are among the greatest musical hits on Jammu and Kashmir. He has served as the youngest visiting faculty member at University of Massachusetts, along with being the first Indian classical musician to be invited to the international conference TEDx. His music in the Bollywood film Shikara has been lauded for bringing authentic Kashmiri sound to commercial cinema. Now, please join me in giving a big Texas-style welcome to Abhay ji, Rishi ji, and Rajesh ji. I do have an announcement to make. At halftime, after an hour or so, Abhay ji and they're all going to take a break. And I think at that time, they will be fine-tuning the instruments. So while we are taking the break, we just need to make sure we're a little quiet. We can whisper. Let's just not be too loud. Thank you.
Namaskar, good evening. The weather has played its role. It's been the Christmas with the New Year's coming in. So many engagements, so much to do, and yet we all have taken time for a music concert. So thank you so much for that. I express my gratitude to Kosher and of course the Texas Kashmiri Biradari for inviting me. It's been a long time uh, since I came to US last, so it's been actually over a decade now. And though this has been a short tour, but I've had this fortune of meeting wonderful people, some of them here, and also my gratitude to Indo-American Association for all its support, my friends here who have really helped me with this. I was asked to talk about Santoor a bit, so I'll be doing that as well. So this instrument, it's our family instrument, as most of the people from Kashmir already know. It's been in the family for over 300 years, and one after another master musician, and a beautiful combination. There were musicians who were spiritually very high, and as they say, my even great grandfather and everybody before that, Pandit Sarjan Sopori, he had such healing powers that some people would come to him and somebody has pain in the wrist or something, any issue, and all he would do was like, it was all gone. And the Veds and the Hakims, the traditional doctors that time, as part of the prescription, it used to be that go and listen to one particular raga or makam from Panditji for the treatment. So when we talk about music therapy also, so that has been part of the Sopori family. It's a huge contribution of Sopori family, especially in J&K, and of course when we talk about Santoor. The Santoor that my father got, this is not that Santoor. He got the typical traditional Santoor in which a couple of innovations had been done by my grandfather, Pandit Sopori. Sufiana music is designed in 1.5 octaves. So Sare Gama Padani Sare Gama Pa. All the makams, all the compositions are in 1.5 octaves. So Sazi Kashmir, the bowing instrument in Kashmir, Setar, which is the Kashmiri version of Setar, and the Santoor, all the three instruments are in 1.5 octaves. But in Indian classical music, nothing happens in 1.5 octaves. Even the singer has a range of 3 octaves. So in 40s, after the Kavali raid, my family had to shift from Sopor to Srinagar. The entire area was burned down. And somehow, whenever there has been a problem in Kashmir, they love destroying our place. So all the instruments, manuscripts, everything was burned down there. And we really lost a lot. All that was saved was a couple of instruments and just 2 manuscripts. So when my grandfather shifted to Srinagar, he actually saw such a difference with the cultural scenario that was in Sopor and the cultural scenario that was in city. All the taboos which revolved around the society that time, music had actually no place, and classical music was far from reach when it came to the masses. And that's why he's hailed as the father of music in Jammu and Kashmir, because he introduced music, not just created musicians, but also created the listeners. Some 35,000 people that he taught in Kashmir. And so in 40s, when he was teaching Santoor to his disciples, he introduced the Mandar Sabdak on the Santoor. So Ni Dha Pa. So that if he's teaching Rag Yaman to somebody, so at least Ni should be there, so that Ni Re Ga Ma should be there. There was no structural change, only addition of two bridges. So that's the Santoor that my father received. And he was born in 1948 with God's blessings, whatever he had, because he was 5 years old when he gave his first performance, and 6 years old we had the first radio broadcast of Indian classical music on Santoor. I was breaking neighbors' windows that day. And in the next 70 years, when Papa started playing at the age of 3, whatever, he developed Santoor into what it is today. So the traditional Santoor has 25 bridges, these elevated bows, and 13 on one side, 12 on one side. That's how it makes it 1.5 octaves, and 4 strings on each bridge, which makes it 100. That's the name of the instrument, shatatantri vina. And another thing which I would really like to stress here is it's a Kashmiri instrument. Some historians went on saying that this instrument came from Persian music into Kashmiri music, which is not true. They might have had an instrument, what they call as Santoor, resembling to our Santoor, but we never got that Santoor. And without getting more into those details, the biggest thing that we have, the Santoor was already present in Kashmir as shatatantri vina, and we get the references of this instrument in Nilmat Purana. And Nilmat Purana, then we talk about 4th, 5th century or so. And they wouldn't have included Santoor if it was a new instrument. Even Acharya Abhinav Gupta said that he used to play an instrument and he referred to it as Nad Vina. This is the only instrument which creates that Nad. So that Nad Vina is actually Santoor, because there is no other reference of Nad Vina. So he was a player of Santoor. And if we had an instrument in the 4th, 5th or earlier century, we didn't need Santoor again in the 14th century. But of course, Kashmir went through a lot of issues, and one of those issues was that people didn't want to recognize Kashmir as a very strong base of art and culture. So historians had their own version of writing that Santoor came from here, everything came from outside, nothing was there in Kashmir. Kashmir was really very rich. And our family lineage, it's a beautiful mix of Shaivism, Sufism, and music. So the name of the Gharana, Sopori Sufiana Gharana of Kashmir, with the beautiful lineage that we have. So the development of Santoor through the hands of Baba, we have a range of 5.5 octaves on Santoor now. 3 for proper playing. And another 2 octaves through pressure technique, what we call as meaned. The size, of course, increased. The Sufiana Santoor is only this size. It increased to this one. Distribution of the strings. So somewhere there are 3, somewhere there are 2, somewhere there are only 1. development of the bows, development of the balance of the left and the right hand, chikari, sympathetic strings, everything, all those technicalities which are actually needed for Indian classical music are on this santoor. So we call this santoor as Santoor of Sopori Baj. Baj means style, and this style is Papa's style. Even the kalam, there's a different kalam for the alap, because alap has a lot of focus. There's a lot of focus on alap in our style. Introduction of various chants in our style, including Pakhavaj. So we have Drupadang also on the santoor, then be it Tabla or Thumri, whatever, that can be played on the santoor. So today I've selected, it's a rare raga, maybe some of you might have heard, not everyone. It's called Rag Nandkos. Instrumentalists, there are very few instrumentalists who have actually played this raga, primarily a vocal raga, but I'm sure you will enjoy. Papa developed this raga on the santoor, and you'll see the dimension of how the raga comes on the instrument and the dimension of the santoor. Alap, then Jod, and even Pakhavaj, like Rishi has been playing for almost 10, 11 years or so. With Papa and me, has been accompanying us. Papa introduced Pakhavaj in 80s. So since then, Drupadang has been on the santoor. So I'm sure you'll enjoy this recital. Something else, if it comes to my mind, I'll share it with you. With the permission of all, I would like to start.
Small stand. Earlier I was just saw this is a well. So that's what I was. To distract my concentration.
Actually, there's hardly anything which Papa left on the santoor to be done. But there are few innovations that I could think of. God blessed me that I could actually add something to this instrument. So you'll see a very different sound in the lower octave in my santoor, and a couple of things more. Little bit we can sing together. Sa ni dha dha ni dha dha ni sa dha dha ni sa sa dha ni sa sa ga ga ma ga. So here this raga really needs to be saved from jog goes, jog, which are very close. Da ni ni sa sa ga sa. Ni dha pa ma pa dha ni dha pa ma ga ma dha ni ni sa. Beautiful. थोड़ा सा साथ में गाते हैं. Is there some gamak?
Shush.
Now we have Rajesh ji. Rajesh ji on Tabla. We have time theory in classical music, so as per the time we play the ragas, so none causes of proceeding raga. Another kind of cause that we have. So we have lots of cause prakars, mal cause, and then the combinations. Nand cause, Jog cause. There's a raga that I have made, Nirmal cause. So lots of Hari cause, Mohan cause, lots of causes. Another cause is a mix of cause with Rageshri. Again, little unheard raga. So it's called Rageshri cause. So few compositions in Rageshri cause. great-grandfather's composition. It's a tarana. Deem kana kadar kadani deem kana kadar kadani deem kana. Deem kana kadar kadani deem kana kadar kadani yare man yalaya deem kana deem hai na de de deem kana yali yalo yali musicologist of India, Pandit Balwant Rai Bhatsa. This is his composition in Rageshwar, and I'm presenting that.
becomes a question and the answer comes through rhythm.
Namaskar everyone. Myself Amit Ran, I'm a TKB volunteer. First of all, a big round of applause to this magical trio. Thank you so much. I think the soulful vibes of this instrument called the King of Strings. We have heard guitars in the past, those are 6 strings, this is 110 strings. So that's why it's called the King of Strings. So the soulful vibes of this King of Strings, I think it's gonna live with us for years to come. So, and when I was a kid, I used to watch a lot of music, and I used to think I'm hearing Agra Garana, Patiala Garana, there's so many Garanas, right? So Kashmiri Garana, where is that? And this is the only family we have, and it's a Sopori Garana. This is a gift from Kashmir to the rest of the world, the King of Strings. So Abhay, as I said, this is just the teaser. We will work with IAA and 2024. We will have the same concert. Think of it if we do it in Jones Hall, Stafford Center, with a bigger population. This is what we are looking for. So this is just a teaser. We'll do a Texas style 2024. I want to thank Kershaw Rag, which has been the sole organizers of this, and Arvind ji in particular. I don't know if he's listening to me. We are live on Facebook as well. So thank you, Arvind ji, for giving the opportunity to Houston to host our music Santoor Maestro. I want to thank our Texas Kashmiri Biradari. Because of them, this event was possible. We have families who came from Austin, who came from Dallas. Thank you so much. I know it was a tough weekend, Christmas weekend, and we had a lot of back and forth, and this was not an easy thing to plan, but thank you so much for showing up here. I want to thank IAA in particular. We have the whole leadership team here. Sheetal Bedi ji, President IAA, and then the board of directors who are here. Thank you, Sheetal ji, for working with me. I know we had extended calls for days, and thanks for guiding me. And Shane, thank you so much. Shane and Anurag, thanks for this wonderful audio we have. And by the way, 2023 IA schedule is already out there, so I'll request each of you to please go through it, and we can join the IA organization. So, looking forward for more collaborations, Kershurag, TKB, and IA 2024. My non-Kashmiri friends, thank you so much. You guys came. You are all real music lovers, I'll say. This was a tough weekend, Christmas weekend. Thank you guys. You came. Volunteers, we have a big volunteer team. I mean, the whole core team. Ashtosh, Kak, Ashtosh, Sapru, Anjali ji, always been there. Anita ji, Sushma Banji, she is not here. She has helped me a lot on this event. Vina ji, Sudipta, Vatsalak, Shima, Ashwani ji, all of them. Thank you so much. This could not have been possible without you guys. You off the snare. So I'll not take much time. It's already 9:25. So we just want to have a little felicitation here from our Texas Kashmiri Biradari. We want to honor our Santoor Maestro and the magical trio. So I would like to request Veena ji to please come on stage. By the way, Veena ji, our proud Kashmiri Pandit community member, is a director at, she's one of the directors at the IA, Indian American Association. So Veena ji, if you can do this honor, that will be great. Thank you.
And the musical talent.
Give a big hand to Amit first of all, before we go further. With his hard work, commitment for last 6 weeks, and he said no, he's going to do it no matter what happens. It's 26, that's okay, but he's going to do it, and he did it. Congratulations, Amit. Such a treat, right? Don't you love this treat for this Christmas weekend?
Yes.
Aren't you glad you all are here? Give a big hand to this team again.
So Rajesh ji, please. We want to honor you with a Kashmiri shawl.
Original Kashmir.
Wait. Kashmiri style. Not like that. Oh, it's not open. Naji, you need to get used to it now. Thank you. Rishi ji, please. No, that's okay.
He gets the biggest one, so he had to wait.
Thank you. Present this custom TKB play memento to our Santoor Maestro, Abhay Sopori ji. Thank you. Along with the show. And Tej Pantaji wants to say a few words before we start the dinner, and just so we'll start the dinner at 9:30 sharp. So Abhijit, this is our TKB logo on your picture, which you see on the left.
Amit ji, you did a fantastic job. All of you really made this evening great miracle man, always. So I just want to share my experience with his dad. I was a principal scientific officer in Delhi, and my boss was a Kashmiri Pandit and Kashmir was the secretary. So there was an event called as an Indian Environmental Society meeting, and the Indira Gandhi told him that I want somebody kind of an artist, but that artist should communicate and everybody can understand it. Now the question was singers, they can speak Kashmiri, and then he came and he knocked on my door and said, Tej, do you know somebody who can play the instrument? I said, no, Shri Abhay Sopori. He said, do you know him? I said, no, the only thing I have a link, I studied in Baramulla, which is only 8 miles away from Santoor. Maybe I can make some connection. Anyway, we sent a FedEx letter. There was a courier that time to his dad. And he immediately found some STD and called us, and he said he can come, but he has 5-year-old son. I think you were born in 79, am I right? Yeah, your 5-year-old son. So I went back, I told him, sir, he's saying that he's a 5-year-old son and he always wants to come with him. He said, write him a junior scientist. So you proved to be a scientist. Hats off to you, sir. I'm not going to say much, excepting what Amit said. He's not a worker, he's the president of TKB.
I would like to point out one more thing. This is Abhayji's second concert here, right, sir?
Second? Third.
Third.
Third and fourth, actually.
In this tour or
No, not in this tour. You had come here in 2004 or 5 with your dad.
yes, long time.
Remember that?
Yeah.
Yes, we had just moved to Houston, and we were fortunate enough to be in that concert with you, your dad, and Pandit Shantila Shaju. So that was an amazing experience. 2 maestros playing side by side with Shantila Shaju, Pandit Shantila Shaju and on the accompaniment. It was a divine experience. Thank you so much. And then, his son is here.
Audio.
Oh.
Can you